Alright, hi everybody. I'm going to start with a few little announcements. Just letting you know that we have all kinds of classes online at the Namaste Yoga Studios website and on our YouTube page. I was checking it out over the weekend, and I have previously, but there's so many different options and teachers and styles and classes, so I really encourage you to take a look there and try some of those out. There's also blog posts up on the website with some different content, and I think there's a new blog up there to check out, and I'm sure there's something that will kind of check off somebody's box, whatever you're thinking or feeling, it might be just what you need to hear. And there's also a donation tab on the website. So if you're enjoying these virtual classes and feel the call to make a donation, we would greatly appreciate it. So that is also listed there. We'll need 2 blocks today if you have them. If not, you can bring some books close by, or you can set up maybe near a couch, help you with your balance a little bit. So, I think we're good to go. So with all the downtime that we've been having over the past 8 weeks, I'm not sure how long it's been, but it's been a while. Everybody has been forced to slow down a little bit, me included, and I've noticed that the projects I'm starting, I'm actually finishing because I'm doing things one at a time, and I'm not so rushed to check off so many things on my to-do list. It lets my focus be just on one thing, and I think that's something really great that I'm going to take out of this whole experience. Hopefully keep it in the forefront of my mind going forward, so I can be more mindful of where I'm putting my attention and my focus and my energy. And with all that said, I was checking in with this book. It's called Just One Thing, Developing a Buddha Brain, One Simple Practice at a Time by Rick Hansen, PhD. It's a great little book. There's just tons of little tidbits, one for each week, so I highly recommend it as well. Some good stuff in here. We're actually going to begin on our bellies today, so while you get settled in, I will read a little bit of a passage from there, but I'll just let you know. We're going to come onto our bellies all the way down, legs stretched out nice and long behind you, and your hands can rest right on top of each other. And then just go ahead and rest your forehead on the top of your hands. Bring your legs out nice and wide to the edges of the mat. And just begin to notice your breath. And while you're settling in, I'm just going to share a little bit. Take a close look at this moment, right now. You are basically all right. No one is attacking you. You're not drowning. No bombs are falling. Things aren't perfect, but you're okay. By right now, I mean this moment. When we go into the future, we worry and plan. When we go into the past, we resent and regret. Threads of fear are woven into the mental tapestries of past and future. Look again at the thin slice of time that is the present. In this moment, are you basically okay? Is breathing okay? Is the heart beating? Is the mind working? The answers are almost certainly yes. So let that little food for thought sink in as you're coming into your breath, settling into your body. can shimmy around as much as you need to get comfortable. Let your chin tuck in towards your chest. Create a little bit more length through the back of the neck. And just begin to feel your belly press into the mat and the earth on your inhalations. And everything soften and contract as you exhale. And take your attention now to the back side of your body. And begin to notice how your back feels from your hip area, expanding, lightening up through your mid-back with each inhale and exhale. And noticing the shoulders, how they start to round through when your back lifts up a little bit on each inhale. Take 3 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, let's start to lift up. And we're going to bring our elbows underneath our shoulders. Legs can still stay out nice and wide, all the way to the edge of the mat. So a nice line, straight line from the shoulder all the way to that elbow. Fingertips come forward. Fingers are spread out nice and wide. And we're just going to bring our attention from the bottom of our toes. Let them press into the earth. Rising up to your thighs. Really engage your thighs. Engage means tightening them up, letting the muscles expand as your toes press in. Your hips are pressed into the earth. Your shoulders are pulling together. And your chin is tucked in. Again, bringing that nice long length through the back of the neck. Being very gentle and really taking our time in this Sphinx pose to just begin to warm up your back. Sure, you've been doing stuff all day, walking around, doing work, helping your kids. Let's just slowly let the back wake up a little bit more. Press those toes in. 2 more breaths here. On your exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders, and we'll push ourselves up and all the way back. We'll keep our knees nice and wide to the outer edges of the mat and sink your hips down, big toes touch, and reach forward for a child's pose. If you have your block handy, you can always bring it in, place it right in front of you so you can rest your forehead on top. Your tailbone is pressing down towards the mat and the earth as your head comes all the way through to the top of your mat. opposite directions. Maybe you press the pads of your fingers and hands into the mat and press back just a little bit more to get a little bit more length through your sides. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips. And as we exhale, we're going to spider walk our hands all the way over to the right side. If you need to inhale, lift up a little bit through the chest area. And as you exhale, sink down. Let your gaze come down towards the floor again. Your left hip is going to stay nice and grounded. And bring your attention all the way through that left side body. Maybe you want to even reach that left hand on top of the right hand. Maybe you just don't feel like doing that today. Either way, do what feels good for you. And as we inhale, let's come back through center and take it over to the left. Inhale tall, and as you exhale, allow yourself to sink into this moment, this deep stretch through the right side. Shoulders are soft, even though your arms are stretched out long. Inhale, coming up tall, and bringing your hands back through to center. Coming all the way up to hands and knees or tabletop position. Nice strong table. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. A nice flat back. And just pause here in this sturdy table position and feel your head coming towards the top of your mat, reaching forward as your hips press back towards the back and you're lifting through the belly, creating a nice strong table. You have a soft bend to your elbows. Nice job. Pausing here. And when you're ready, we'll inhale. We're going to start to shift our hips upwards and let our belly drop. Squeeze the shoulder blades and take a peek up towards the ceiling for cow position. And exhale mindfully, pressing into the earth with your hands, rounding through the shoulders. Find your cat position. Maybe shake your head yes or no. Inhale, come on back up for cow. Exhale, find your cat. Really press in through those shoulders. Feel that rounding. And go through a few more times to the pace of your breath. Stay within your moment. Maybe you want to hang out longer in cow. Maybe it feels good to really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Maybe with that big exhale, you really press into the earth and really curl in to your cat. Make it feel right for you. And we'll meet back in a sturdy table after you balanced it out. If you have your blocks handy, keep them nearby. You can bring them in. Place it just underneath the middle of your mat. We'll inhale, lifting that left arm up nice and tall, stretching the fingers out. And as we exhale, bring the left arm underneath the right, sliding it under so your palm faces up. You can rest your head on the block, so your ear and cheek are resting on it. Or you could remove the block and just come all the way down to your mat. Suchi Rendrasana, thread the needle pose. On your inhale, you can take your fingers all the way up to the top of the mat if that feels good.
notice your body's going in all different directions. But you can come back to this moment. Inhale, slide your hand down. Push yourself up. And keep yourself centered. Exhale to release. Nice job. Now go ahead and inhale. Lift that right arm up nice and tall. Exhale, bring it down and under. The left arm can come all the way to the top if that feels good. And you can always lift and lower. Make your adjustments that feel good to you today. On your next inhale, slide that extended arm in and press yourself back up and bring that hand back down. Nice job. Bring hands forward about a handprint. Inhale, we're going to press up, lifting to our first very squatty down dog. My ankles are cracking, so go ahead and pedal out through your heels. Just letting this dog, downward facing dog, really warm up the body and engage everything from the heels to the thighs, to the hips coming up high, through the shoulders and into the hands. Full breath in, and as you exhale, let's bring it back down to a tabletop. Inhale, we're going to lift the left leg and bring it forward. So your feet are on railroad tracks, coming into a low lunge. And as you inhale, find your balance, bring your hands to that left knee. And take a peek, make sure your knee is directly over the ankle. You can roll your shoulders back, lifting up gently. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Noticing our breath. Bring your attention to your abdominal area. Using that strength to keep you lifted. And your next exhale, go ahead and drop your left hand down towards the floor. Right arm reaches up nice and tall. And we'll just take a little gentle twist here. You might need to bring your blocks in. I have oddly long arms, so I can reach the floor. You do you, and make it feel good. Take your gaze down. Nice twist through the side. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, drop your hands. Go ahead and swing that left leg back to meet the right. And we'll just press back again into that squatty dog. Pedal your feet. Lift high through the hips. Maybe you're noticing the back of your legs starting to loosen up even more. Make it feel good. Inhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and drop the knees back down and bring the right leg forward. Again, railroad track, so a nice width in between your feet. Inhale, bring hands to your knee. We focused on the core on the left side. Let's see if we can take a look at our thighs. They're hugging together, squeezing nice and tight, creating that stability we need. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up.
Legs squeezing together, helping you out. Exhale, drop the right arm down towards the floor. Give a nice little twist. Inhale, come on, back up. Exhale, drop the hands. Right foot meets the left. We'll find a modified plank. Nice straight line with your body. Keep your elbows soft. Find that length again from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. Come down halfway and push all the way back up. Exhale down halfway and push back up. One more time. Halfway and come on back up. Nice job. And then we'll come all the way down and we'll find a cobra. So elbows squeeze together, toes press in, lifting through the chest. Exhale, lower on down, curl the toes, and we'll press back up for downward facing dog. Again, pedaling your feet out, maybe bending through the knees and coming up higher through the hips. Make it feel right for you. Take your gaze forward. We'll walk our feet to meet our hands. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale, rise all the way up. And bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold over. Feet are pressed into the earth. Inhale, press your hands into your thighs. And let's find those hips shooting back towards the back and your head coming all the way forward to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold in. We're going to step back with our left foot about a third of a way, and those left toes are going to turn out towards the long edge of the mat. We'll inhale, bending through that front knee, rise all the way up, finding your warrior one. So just like we did in that low lunge pose, double check, make sure your knee's not coming too far in or too far out. Nice sturdy base. Feet are really pressed into the earth. Inhale, lift up through the heart. And as you exhale, straighten that front leg, drop your hands to your hips. And we'll exhale again, bending forward. Blocks, always a useful tool. I should keep them closer. As we inhale, we're going to bend into that front knee again. Come back to that strong warrior. So find your alignment, press your feet away from each other. Maybe lift up a little bit taller through the chest. Come back to your breath. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Hands come down again to your hips. And go ahead and fold over. Hips are going back, head's coming forward. And bend into that knee one more time. Find your warrior one again. Inhale, maybe lift up a little bit higher this time. Your heart's really reaching towards the ceiling. And exhale, straighten through that front leg. Checking with your hips that they're squared up to the short edge of your mat. And exhale, fold over. Maybe your hands come down to blocks. Maybe you can reach the floor. Maybe you like it better up here.
Do what feels good. Two more breaths. As you inhale, you can feel your back lifting and lightening, and exhale, sinking in. Bend into that front knee, and we'll step forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, finding your Tadasana. Hands to heart center. Exhale, fold over. Head dangles. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Press back through those hips, the head comes forward. And exhale, release. This time we're stepping back with the right leg. Again, toes are turning out towards this long edge. And as we inhale, we're going to come up to our nice strong warrior. Feet are still on those railroads. Press into the front foot. Press into the back foot. Inhale, rise up, straighten that leg, find your hips. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, bend through that front knee. Lift the arms up with you. Again, find a little bit more reach with the hands. Exhale, bring the hands down, straighten the leg, and extend. See if you can make a nice long line with your spine. Inhale, last time. Coming back up, warrior one. Really reaching and opening through the chest. Bringing the hands back to your hips. Exhale. Hands come all the way down or to your blocks. And let your head release. As you inhale, feel your back lighten. And exhale, everything softens in. Maybe you can dangle your head a little. Inhale, feel that lightness in the back. Exhale, fold in. Bend through that front knee and go ahead and step forward. Inhale, come all the way up. And this time we're going to grab our right wrist with our left hand and take a nice side stretch here. So your feet are really pressed into the earth. Exhale, stretch over to the left side. That right hip, you want to keep it down as much as possible, just extending long. So your whole right side body is feeling the length. Inhale, come on back to center. Take in the opposite direction. And inhale, come on back up. Arms lifted up high. As you exhale, start to sink your booty down. A little bit lower. Thighs are squeezing together like they were earlier. Chair pose. Maybe take a peek over your knees to make sure you can see your toes. Make sure you're lifting up again like we were in Warrior One through the chest. 2 more breaths. Good job, last breath. And exhale, fold over. Let it all go. And we'll step back, coming into a high lunge with that left leg. So feet are on railroad tracks. Right knee is over that right ankle. Find your balance. When you're ready, rise all the way up. Find your focal point. Keep your balance.
to your breath. Exhale, bring the hands down, step all the way forward, nice job. Inhale, rise back up. Let's take that side stretch again, so grabbing the wrist. Exhale, bring it on over. Inhale, come on through into the opposite side. Inhale, arms up nice and tall. Exhale, sink in, chair pose. Check in with your abdominals. See if they're helping you to stay upright. Come back to your breath. We got 2 more breaths here. Exhale, fold over, give a wiggle. And we'll step back with that right leg. Forgot which leg I was doing. So right leg steps back. Find your balance. You can always straighten that front leg if you need to give your legs a break. And inhale, rise up. High lunge, Anjaneyasana. Let your palms come facing forward. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step back with that left leg coming into plank. Two breaths. Exhale, lower all the way down. Knees, chest, chin. And when you make it here, press your toes in, squeeze your elbows together, lift up into your cobra. Exhale, come on back down, nice job. Curl those toes under, press in the hands, lift through the hips. Coming into your downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift that left leg up tall. 3-legged dog. Maybe you want to bend and stack your hips. Play around here. Do what feels good. Then square your legs back up. Nice job. Inhale, bring that left leg forward. Grab it and place it up there if you need to. Find your balance. Inhale, rise back to that high lunge. Full breath in and out. Inhale, lift up tall. This time as you exhale, let your hands come forward. Again, the hips are shooting back. Head is coming towards the top. Really press into this back leg and that back heel. Everything is keeping you sturdy. 2 more breaths. You got this. Exhale, hands come down. Step back with that left leg. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Bring your hands forward, take a breather, place your head on your hands, and take 3 full rounds of breath here. Nice. Inhale, lift your hands underneath. Bring yourself up to cobra. Exhale, come on down, curl the toes, press up to your downward dog.
Right leg comes up nice and high. Bend, twist, open. Maybe look under your shoulder. And when you're ready, square those hips up. Bring that right leg through. Make your adjustments to come back into your high lunge. Arms raise up nice and tall. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, bring the hands forward, pressing back through that left heel. Maybe lifting up through the hips a little. Notice I was down here. See if you can lift through the hips a little. Bring yourself forward. Exhale, drop the hands. Awesome job. And we're going to take a big step. Come back all the way up. Inhale. Bring hands back to heart center. Nice job. Before I forget, take your blocks and place them about a quarter of a way down on either side of your mat. So inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Full breath in and out. Recenter yourself, come back to this moment. Exhale, fold on over. Give a little wiggle in the hips. Let the head dangle. We're going to step back with our right leg, a full leg's length. And that right foot is going to be parallel with the short edge of your mat. We'll inhale, rise up. This left leg straightened out as well. You might want to bring the blocks in so it's a little bit closer, making our way into triangle. So take your time, align your feet. Inhale, rise up with the arms. As we exhale, we're going to drop this left hand down and bring the right arm up. So this could be a stopping point here. If you're feeling good, you can take your arm down till it finds your block. The block has 3 different sides, so go ahead and use whichever one feels good. Stretch that right arm up long, and let's bring our focus to our shoulders. So keeping your shoulders on top of each other in a nice line. If you notice, I'm adjusting my feet because I think I can go a little bit deeper. Maybe move your block down. So from moment to moment, you can make adjustments that fit what's best for you. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, rise on up. Bring this left foot to point towards the long edge of the mat. And we'll exhale. You might want to bring the block forward if you need it. We're going to fold over. Wide leg forward fold. Hands can come to your block. Hands can come to the floor, whatever feels good. We're going to press through this pinky toe edge of our feet and lift our hips high, and we'll let our head and neck dangle. Inhale, lift up halfway, and we'll exhale, fold in one more time. Inhale, lifting up. We're going to start to slowly turn our right foot towards this back edge. So the left leg will pretty much stay where it is. And when we're ready, we'll rise up. Whoop. I moved all my blocks around, so pardon me. Bring that back there. Good to go. Inhale, lift up tall through the arms. Shoulders are soft. And as we exhale, it's almost as if we're reaching forward a little bit. Just letting that right arm drop towards that block. Left arm comes up. And your gaze can stay up towards your fingers, or you can take it down towards your feet. See where it works good for your balance today and your focus. Your legs are strong. Separating your teeth. Inhale, rise up. Nice job. Let the toes point forward. Exhale, fold over. Hips come up high. Inhale, lift up halfway. Nice flat back. Your hips are still pressing back. Head still coming forward. So they're stretching away from each other. And exhale, fold in one more time. Inhale to lift. We're going to start turning those left toes back towards the top of our mat and pivoting this right heel so it comes up. I'll move that block out of the way. From here, we're just going to come settle back down, finding that low lunge again. So drop that right knee. I do need to grab my blocks. Make sure you have your blocks at the top of your mat again. So from this low lunge pose, bring your left hand around to the inside of your left leg. And we'll start to heel toe this left foot all the way to the edge of your mat. Remember, you can take it off your mat. If that feels better for your hips, go for it. You can always change it. So we're making our way to lizard pose. Hands are down, blocks are close by. I like to just lift and readjust and lower back down. Find a little bit more space, sinking in through this right front hip area. Bring the blocks in. I'm going to stack up 2 today. And your back toes can be curled or uncurled. It's your preference, so whatever you feel good with. And bringing our elbows down onto our blocks. Maybe you're feeling really awesome today and you want to take all the blocks away and go all the way down. Go for it. Let's tuck our chins in a little bit and create that nice long spine again. So running from the tailbone all the way through the top of the head. Come back to your breath. The only thing we're paying attention to right now is our body, what feels good and what doesn't feel good. Stay present in this moment and in this pose. Three more breaths here. We'll start to bring our hands down to the mat. You can slide your blocks out of the way a little bit. Then go ahead and bring your left leg back to meet the right. And we'll actually press through that left toes. Find a little bit of stretch. I almost like to go into kind of a half downward dog, if you will. Feels good in my body, maybe not for you. So do what you like. And we'll come back to our nice table. This time we're going to bring that right leg forward. So come back to your low lunge. Bring that right hand on the inside and then heel toe your right foot
wherever it needs to be, wherever it feels best. Lift and lower. Bring your blocks back in. You know where we're going. Inhale nice and tall. And as you exhale, go ahead and find your blocks, find the earth. Whatever feels good, settle in to these next few breaths and these next few moments. Two more breaths here. Begin to bring your hands down to the floor. Set your blocks off to the side and go ahead and swing that right leg around. Find a little press back. Maybe you want to try that weird half down dog thing. Do whatever feels good for you today. And we're going to meet back, bringing our big toes to touch, letting our knees come out wide, and we're just going to sink back into a child's pose. Blocks can come in if you like. Hands come out really far in front of you, and we'll just really sink in. Letting your forehead come down to the mat or to your block. Hips are nice and heavy. It's almost as if the front part of your body melts into the earth. Maybe you scoot your hands forward a little bit. Bring your attention to your back, to your hips, to feel the weight of your hips, sinking them down into the floor, but feel the lightness all through the back body, from your tailbone to the top of your crown. With each breath, you feel the lightness. Two more breaths here. Nice job. Inhale, let's lift back up to our tabletop. Cross the ankles, and we'll make it back down onto our tush. So the legs come out in front of us. Make sure you have a block handy. You can bring it along with you. Just keep it at your side. And we'll slowly lower down. Just being mindful of your back. And we'll walk the soles of our feet up towards our booty and let the hands come next to us so you can almost graze the back of your ankles with your fingertips. Now we just felt the lightness in our back with our breathing. In child's pose, Balasana, let's take a feel with our back pressed into the earth. Just notice your inhale and exhale in this position. Belly's expanding, but maybe you're noticing your shoulders expanding too. Even though they're pressed into the earth, your breath really moves things around. Nice job. So with your block handy, you can use your block if you're feeling like it today. We'll inhale, lifting up. We're going to press our feet into the earth, lift through the hips, and squeeze those thighs together again. Finding a bridge pose. If you like a supported bridge, take your block and slide it right underneath your sacrum, and then just settle back down. Keep your feet pressed in, hands next to you or above you.
Great place to stay is right here. If you're feeling good and you want to just go without it, keep those hips lifted. Everybody keep those thighs squeezing together. If you don't have the block, exhale, slowly lower down. Take a full breath. And we'll inhale, press back in, lift through the hips. Maybe you can shimmy around a little bit. Find a little bit more length from the tailbone through the crown of the head. And exhale, lower down if you don't have that block. Full breath in and out. On your inhale, press into your feet, lift through the hips. This time, if you want to go ahead and intertwine your fingers and really open up through the chest. You're still squeezing your thighs together. Feet are pressed in, and you can really feel the length in the back of your neck. Separate your teeth. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, release your hands if they're intertwined, and slowly come on down. Good job, everybody. If you have the block, you can go ahead and remove it and release to the floor. Bring your knees up above your chest and just pull them in a little bit. Apanasana. You can do a few circles with the knees. And in the opposite direction, keep it balanced. Let the soles of your feet come back down. And go ahead and just lift up slightly. I like to place my hands underneath my sacrum and rest my hips back down on it. And as we inhale, let's lift our knees back up again and slowly lift the feet up towards the ceiling. So just a little bit of a support. Legs up the wall. If you have a wall nearby and want to use that, go ahead, switch yourself around. Prop your feet up. I love this pose. Keep your knees soft. And like we've been doing the whole class, you'll notice the length from your tailbone through the top of your head. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, start to bend through the knees. Let the soles of your feet meet the earth. Move the hands out to a T position. And as we exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Coming into a nice twist. Both your knees are bent. You can take your right hand and place it on top of your top leg, my left leg, and just pull it down a little bit. Give a little bit more stretch and lengthening. You can also take your gaze over the opposite shoulder, just deepening the twist a little bit more. Inhale, let's come on back through center. Extend the arms and we'll switch sides. So drop the knees to the left. That left hand reaches for the top leg. Take your gaze over the opposite shoulder. And inhale, come on back to center. Let your legs stretch out nice and long. So pretty much how we started our class, just with our bellies facing up instead of facing down. Hands come out to your sides. You can let your feet fall to the outer edges of your mat. You can close your eyes or bring in a blanket, getting ready for Shavasana. And as you lay here, just take a nice little scan across your body. Make any adjustments so you feel super comfy. Make sure you're feeling present in this moment and stay here however long it feels good. I'm going to make my way upright. And just another small passage to share with you from the same book. Notice that while feeling all right now, you can still get things done and deal with problems. The fear that bad things will happen if you let yourself feel okay is unfounded. Let this sink in. You do not need to fear feeling all right. Noticing that you're actually all right now is not laying a positive attitude over your life like a pretty veil. Instead, you are knowing a simple but profound fact. In this moment, I am all right. You are sensing the truth in your body, deeper than fear, that is breathing and living and okay. You are recognizing that your mind is functioning fine, no matter how nutty and not fine the contents swirling through it are. So thank you everybody for sharing some moments with me today and feeling all right. I hope that you take this class and those words and know that you can feel all right in the coming days and weeks. With lots of love and light and gratitude to all of you. Namaste. Have a great week, everybody.